Mildly repetitive, but you keep coming back for more. Uh, yeah, Mega Man Soccer music was playing while I was setting up. Thank you guys so much for waiting on me. Today we are doing some art, so that should be good. I should have some co-hosts coming in eventually. I don't know exactly when. Let me rebalance a little bit. There we go. Oh boy. Alright. Well. Okay. So that's even too loud. Okay. Wow. I'm trying my best to get some good audio. Alright. I think I've done enough fiddling with it. Alright, let's just get started, shall we? So today we are doing lineless badges. Before we begin, I'd like to say that my commissions are open. There is a Twitter link down below if you wish to see some more of my art. So, generally I like to start with a head base when it comes to things. I haven't really done very many lineless badges, but I've done a lot of lineless artwork. I feel like it's it's one of those things that I actually really excel at. I like to start with a good base. And I like to think of like a pose or a facial structure for it first, because if I don't, you can just end up with something very generic. And for badges, that's alright. But everybody wants something with personality. So the first one we are doing here today is going to be Karmic. So the thing about Karmic is that he's got this bushy chin, under chin around the neck. Lots and lots of floof. But he's also got these long ears that like to come down. So we're going to be working on about 4 of these today. And by the end of it, you're kind of going to understand what makes a badge like this work and what makes it tick. So generally when it comes to lineless badges, unless your Sona has some darker colors, you can get away with a dark background, and it's going to look better that way. So while I'm just adding some very base outline features here, I'd like to plug some things. One, I hope you guys enjoy this type of video. Please subscribe. I have more planned. It's just a matter of getting to it in between Sonic videos and other streams. And then to really cement things, I've got a Discord and a Twitter and all sorts of stuff. And my commissions are open and donations are accepted. And yeah, I'm kind of desperate at this point, so please. Another thing that I like to do is kind of draw out the snoot, especially for characters like Karmic and stuff, where it's kind of important to have a bit of a snoot because he's a goat. It's it can be very, time consuming, but I feel that you end up with a better structure for the face. And I'll probably change up the music. If anybody has any game soundtracks they'd like to recommend, I'm down to listen to just about anything. Another thing you can do for these base outlines is, if it's getting hard to tell what's what, add some more detail in a darker color. Just like that. That's how you do it. Right. Hopefully we don't have any crazy power outage, tornado warnings again like last time. That was just a absolute disaster, something I couldn't really control. If you guys watched the D-pad, actually, you could hear me complain about it a little bit because I was in the chat. So what we're going to do is draw the overline for the eye. Eyes are tricky. And it's okay to not quite grasp them at first. Badges and eyes kind of go hand in hand. So, like, if the eyes aren't spaced right or don't look quite right, just give it a couple tries. Hey, Box, welcome to the chat. My music is not playing. I need to find a better playlist. Give me just a moment. Alright. Let's see how the audio levels are in that. That looks a little better. There we go. I can turn it up just a little bit, and you guys can hear it a little better. How is the audio level, by the way? I'd love to know. By the way, this first one was in fact paid for. While Karmic is my boyfriend, he is graciously helping me along while the commissions are a bit slow, and agreed to pay me a little bit each week for different art pieces, so that way then I can use them as advertising and he gets a really cool badge out of it or something like that. So when it comes to Karmic, he's got these kind of swooping ears. They're big and they're long, and then at the end, there's kind of like a teardrop effect. And we'll come back to that and showcase that a little more. Another thing that's really interesting about the horns on goat characters are just how big you can make them. And how well they are used to mask things. So while I don't have a laminate machine or any way to print these out, if I were to if you were to get a badge commission from me, what you end up getting is a fully done badge, the high quality version, a Krita file used for Krita, which is basically all of my line work and my coloring. And you can print it out, laminate it yourself, do what you want with it. After I give it, it's not really for you. It's not my duty anymore. But I will, touch up things as characters change, and I will always be more than happy to come back to things. I try my best to save every file I have, which is part of the reason I have a I need a new hard drive, but that's another topic in general. Give him a smug sort of smirk. So, Anthrohio is coming up rapidly, and it's looking more and more like I won't have Presto done in time, sadly. Which is a real shame, but I do have plans to go pick up his base. This weekend, so... There won't be a video Saturday, probably, unless I can get done the Sonic video, but I don't really want to take time off from these streams to do that. So... you're probably just not going to get a video Saturday, which is a shame because I know you guys like it, but we are doing Among Us this Saturday, or this Friday, so you'll have that to look forward to. It'll give it some breathing room. So with this, we have our base for the badge, and what's nice about badges are, if you want, I can put your name right down here. For this one, it can link to the ear, and then I can recolor this. Oop. There we go. But for the next part here, we are going to add a black background. So this will fit better with the theming, and you guys will understand what I mean in just a second. Hey, Aquil! Hey, Karmic! Right now I'm doing Showdown in Discord, and it's with... Oh, that's nice. Nice. I'm glad everybody's doing alright. I hope everybody's liking the art so far. I know, it looks threatening, but don't worry, it'll be fixed. So, Karmic's fur is very white. It's a white fur, which makes the, it's a very pink white fur, so it's like a lighter pink. So once we have it like this, all you do is add a different layer on top. Lessen your opacity for the bottom layer you started with, and just start going over parts. I like to start with the noses, because they can often be the hardest parts to get right. But this is my current badge style, so if anybody were to commission a badge, this is what they would get. Which I really do enjoy doing badges, and I enjoy doing stickers and stuff, and I really, really, really want you guys to try and pick up something, because I really do enjoy doing art. It is one of my favorite pastimes to ever exist. I've been doing it since I was a little kid, and not being accepted into any art schools or anything is kind of a massive bummer to me. Because believe it or not, I actually did apply to a bunch of art colleges out of high school. I didn't get accepted, so I told everybody I didn't want to go to college. I said, yeah, college is for chumps. I don't need it. And, look where that got me. No, college is very important. No, well, it's not for everybody, and I'm not gonna be like a high school and pretend that it's like the second coming of Jesus. It's still somewhat important, especially nowadays. So yeah, everything I've ever done in this video, in my videos, really, Shadow Man's theme is very repetitive in Battle and Chase. There we go. Everything I've done in my videos are all... It's all just my, it's all just me trying. So something to do when it comes to this. So, if you do something like this and your head is mostly one color, it is very, very, very integral that you use thin lines going for the mouths. mounts and specific features. This is a very tricky maneuver, because if you do it wrong, you end up with something that just doesn't look quite as nice. And don't worry if things look a little off. You can always touch things up. In fact, badges are something that you can touch up very regularly. A lot of people do the very traditional badges for conventions, which include marker and watercolor. I personally do not. I do digital. I do have some very nice Sharpies, but they don't blend real well, and I feel I can get a nicer and a more clean, lineless look without by doing it digitally. And that all comes down to preference. If you are more privy to the classic look of badges, go for it. Like, I am totally 100% with you. That looks really cool when it's done right. But I've seen a lot of badge makers at conventions just turn out some of the worst looking badges I've ever seen. And it mostly comes down to an experience at the facial structures of different characters. I've seen badges that look like they've only ever drawn a dog. And it drives me bonkers to look at those, because I am quite, I don't know if anybody's ever noticed about my art, but I like a lot of the finer details of the anthropomorphic body. I like seeing the curves, the contours. I like knowing the fact that, yes, what I can see there is correct with the way everything else would function. Even if it's not scientifically accurate, it's still fascinating to look at. And that's what I like about it. And that's something I've always liked about the furry fandom and its character design. It's ever-changing and ever-growing. It's really interesting to watch different artists take on that initial idea of, what if the dog could walk? What if the cat could talk? And what if the frog knew how to play a kazoo? There's a story behind that, I'm sure, but I don't remember it. I really honestly do not remember the kazoo thing. I've said it a lot in the past. Actually, speaking of art and why I do these videos, one of the big things that I do for these videos is I like to teach. Believe it or not, if I weren't if I could, I'd teach. I enjoy teaching people how to do things, and that's why I like doing this style of stuff. Because when it comes to these art videos, the way I've always looked at it is other artists use this, whether beginning or not, they use these style streams to teach. And I feel having somebody younger can connect more with people. And me being 22, I'm of that right age where kids see me and they go, I'm like him. I'm an artist, I'm creative, but I'm not exactly the most proficient at it yet. I wonder how he got so good. And the answer is practice. A practice in listening to a lot of older folks who understood things way more than I did. And yeah, that is something. So when it comes to coloring these things, another good strategy once you have a couple of your holes figured out for other colors, just go over and section off bits. It gives it, if you're easily overwhelmed, it makes things way more manageable. Especially when it comes to art. All you gotta do is just color over a little bit of each spot, and yeah. It's very nice. Here, it looks good. Just curious, how much are badge commissions? Demon Dog, I have a price sheet on my Twitter. My badges are $45. And they are completely lineless, so they are merely color with a black background. So you'll get something kind of like this. This is just starting. I just got the jaw mostly done. So, but by the time it's done, you'll have all of the key details on a completely black background. But that is how much my my stuff are. I actually would really like if somebody could get a badge commission from me. I haven't gotten any commissions in nearly a month, and without any donations, I'm worried about going back to fast food. But let's not focus on that, because that's existential dread. Nobody needs that. It's Mental Health Day. Do not need that. So, in brighter news, and... oh, I should state, Twitter is down in the description below. You don't have to go hunting for it. If you go hunting for it, you might come across my personal Twitter, and while yes, you can get a commission from there, it is not safe or work-friendly, and I do not recommend you go there unless I know you personally. I do recommend you go to the YouTube one, though, because the Gavin Dragon YT is completely safe for work. It is a good way to contact me for my commissions and my works. And best of all, if you contact me there, I'll get back to you just as fast, because I use one computer for everything. Well, I technically use two, but the other one is mostly just for watching TV. Let's pick a different theme. Speed Star. Yeah, that works. Never mind. So, the soundtrack we're listening to right now is Mega Man Battle and Chase. It is a lovely little kart racing game that I was hoping to cover for the Mega Man series, because it is canon. It is a kart racing game. It's like Mario Kart 8, but cooler. And every time I say that, they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, you got to change your kart parts and use them, and you can use special weapons in your kart, and there's power-ups. It's real cool. Definitely one of the cooler kart racers. Wish it came out in the United States. The only way to play it is actually a Mega Man X Legacy, Mega Man X Anniversary Collection on the PS2 and GameCube. By the way, if you guys are liking any of this, feel free to leave a like. Helps me out with the algorithm. Absolutely does. The more you guys like, the more people see my video, and the more I'll be able to get out there into the world, and that is definitely the hope. I'll think about it. 4 badges, 2 of circles, and 1 of and a cat. And a Dino Boyo. I haven't drawn dinosaurs in forever. Oh my god, I bet I'm rusty on that. But no, I'd be happy to do all of them. Absolutely. I try my best to work very fast. If I don't get back to you in a little while, just say, hey, what about those badges? Because these streams take up a lot of my time. That's why when I do art streams like this, I'm so happy people join in. And speaking of that, I hope everybody's doing lovely on this Wednesday morning. It is. I know it's afternoon, but morning for most people who watch my stuff because they seem to all be on the other side of the continent, or in completely other parts of the world, which perfectly fine. A lot of my friends are in rough spots right now, and I'm going to be doing badges for them as well in this video, because I want them to understand that I care. I do a lot of my artwork because I care for people. Any commissions, if I get to know you real well, I'll end up giving you more free art because I just like drawing. So, we've come to a crossroads, right? We have this right side of the face completely done for this bottom jaw. But the bottom jaw on the left side, we don't have. And what we want to do is just take our brush and just make a real thin line. Just really thin. Notice this crevice right here? Maybe I can zoom in and show you better. So this crevice right here is what we want. But then I want to go over that and just meld. Now you don't want to go too far, because if you go too far, it no longer looks like the eye connects. But essentially, finding that key distance there, is crucial to the rest of the badge. So Karmic's actually got a stripe around this eye right here, and this line here is not going to fly when it comes to finally doing that. And when it comes to other colors, you don't have to worry about that. You do not have to worry about the this fine line here. You won't have to worry about it at all because it just won't show up. The Mario Kart fanatics upset. I am gonna make the Mario Kart fanatics upset, but guess what? I love Mario Kart 2, so don't even worry about it. I want to do more Mario Kart on this channel. I just don't have enough people with Switches in my life to do that. So Karmic is one of my favorite designs I've ever worked on, and while I'll keep that a secret from Karmic himself, he's one of those characters I care about deeply. And if he were to ever be Flanderized, I would be pissed. If I'm not the one making fun of him, then no. Like, you can poke at him, you can jab him a little bit, but don't like, hee-haw, I'm dumb goat. No, that's not Karmic. Karmic's more of a, when it comes to designing a character, I like to think about the voice they'd make, because I like doing voices. Believe it or not, I've showcased it before, but, don't worry, Squidward, I got that quarter pounder with cheese. That's my attempt. But, of course, it's not perfect. When it comes to voices, with Karmic, it really boiled down to what I thought this little guy would sound like. And my boyfriend gets him down real well. Oftentimes, my boyfriend plays a mute version of this character, which is fine, but Karmic, in my mind, would always sound like this.
Anaba, I go burr. Look at me, I'm real fluffy. I'm so pink. That's how lovely I am.
And he'd be kind of like a ditzy boy, but like, you know, in a nice sort of way. Which is just, you know, nice way to put, I like boys that are, I myself am a gay gentleman. So when it well, I'm technically more pan, but I'll leave that till I've got it more figured out. But as for Karmic, no matter what, I would fall for him. He is gender fluid. I created him as such, so it's okay. Honestly, as my boyfriend came out as gender fluid, he was kind of worried. I think he was worried that I was going to say no more Karmic because he had come out of something, and I think he was worried that I was going to break up on him. But no. I've been with this man for this many years. I'm going to love him no matter if he is she now or not. And that's something that you can definitely say in a lot of my work. that I don't really care who you are or what you've done in the past. I care more so that you are happy with what you are ending up getting. So, when it comes to Karmic, I work very hard to keep this character very close to me. And anytime that somebody else draws him, I get very happy. Anytime anybody compliments the suit and the design, I freak the shit out inside, and I go, I designed him, they liked it! And I always want to go, but I'm the one who designed him if you ever want anything, but I just... doesn't really... doesn't ever really cross my mind, and I feel it would kill the mood a little bit. So... So yeah, if you ever see me and Karmic at a convention, stop and say hi. We love talking to people. So to add fine detail, like here where the fur overlaps, I can just kind of make a nice fine line, but connect it still. So now, when I finish filling this up, by the way, if you see me go real light over something to make these lighter lines, just know that's because I want the line to be as invisible as possible. I want your eye to register it as a line, but I want your brain to just kind of gloss over it when you're not thinking about it. When you're not thinking about my brush strokes, your brain just kind of falls in place with this, which is what I want. I prefer it when my art illusions work like that, and as you can see, I think it works kind of well, especially when I do this. So as we come down here, I'm just doing a quick outline, and that's all you need. Like, doesn't take a whole lot to make this, but I love doing it. Lineless work has always fascinated me. Last time we did an art stream, we did something that looked a lot more like a whiteboard piece, which is interesting, because I haven't done anything on a whiteboard in years, but I thought that piece was probably one of my favorites. Because in school, my final year of high school, I ended up in one of the rooms meant to help the kids who were a bit slower in class, mostly because I wasn't trying hard enough in school and didn't really want to know. I didn't try hard enough in school. And when it came down to that, I ended up just not liking classes. And I guess I did graduate. But it was to the point where I just said, you know what, no, if I did graduate, I did this, I did that. I finally had passed all my classes, and I just ended up doing whiteboard artwork. And I have a couple of them saved still, so if anybody is ever curious about my whiteboard days, might post a little bit of it. I think some of it's still really good. I did a Santa Claus one year for Christmas, and I have that one saved. It is probably my favorite. I did a very Coca-Cola-esque Santa, and it was so good the next couple classes, which included freshmen, because it was ending up on a it ended up on my English teacher's board. He taught ninth grade English as well as senior year English. So when it came time for the other classes, they actually liked it so much they just didn't touch it. Which was great for me, because when I saw it after Christmas break and it was still up 3 days later, I was like, oh, they like it. That's cool. Actually, if anybody from Centerburg High School remembers that exact drawing, you're welcome. You're welcome for making somebody smile. I really hope I can continue to do that with my art. Actually, I got really known as the art kid in school. I wasn't ever the most proficient, but I was always, you know, good enough to be noticed. Message retracted. Well, your voice for Karmic sounds like the Mercedes-Benz Rousey. That was kind of what inspired it, actually. And I don't even know how to say that, Tomo, but welcome. And we'll see you when you get back, Foxino. So, for eyes, what I like to do is go around the outside of them and just kind of map out where they'll be. Eye shapes can vary very wildly for all sorts of different characters and species, so do not be worried if something doesn't quite look right. And this also gives me a time to go into some ideas that I tossed around for Karmic in the design phase and decided to leave on the cutting room floor. Because with characters I design, I actually come up with all sorts of concepts in my head and run through what I think looks the best. And the only time that I ever share them with people is when it's like, oh, it's another commissioner, or it's for a commission, or something. With Karmic, it was more of, this guy's my boyfriend, and we're already really good friends. He told me just to go nuts with it, and the only things he told me not to do were don't ship it too far away from the Azrael inspiration, which wasn't too bad. And then later on he just said, get rid of the Azrael inspiration, I want more of just a standard goat, and I did my best. I did my absolute best with them. I actually think that this might be one of my favorite pieces of him. It'll probably end up being his profile picture on social media and whatnot, too, once I finish. Because he does that from time to time. When he sees a new piece he really likes, he just changes stuff. And I'm like, cool. Sorry. Getting random messages from my roommate. No idea what he needs, but I'm sure it's not as important as what he thinks. Knowing him, it's generally like, it usually ends up being, oh, is that all? And he freaks out about nothing. Oh, I can't play that. I cannot play that. That has copyright on it. I'd love to play that song though, but it has a deadly copyright on it. Ah, yes. Same with this one. I can't play that one either. There we go. That's a little better. If I play too much stuff with lyrics, I'll just end up getting copyright claimed to oblivion, and then this video really will not be seen. And that's not good, because this video is educational for the purposes of teaching people about arts and how best to do their work. Now please note, if you know all of the rules of art, So that's something I've always heard, and I always wanted to correct this statement. If you know the rules, you can break them. No, if you know how to do the rules well, you can break them. Because you'll know what looks right and what doesn't. And even then, don't be scared to ask for help. Or a second opinion. In high school, I used to get second opinions all the time. I used to get, from younger students to older students, they'd ask me about things. And I'd often give them pretty good critique. I actually ended up teaching a lot of... Like, I wasn't even a teacher, and, like, on my off times, I would, like, talk to other kids and be like, hey, what do you think of this? And they'd give me feedback, and if they had something, they'd show me, and I'd do my best to give them feedback. I'm not always the best at feedback, but I am good at taking it. I will bounce around ideas with people, though. I really like bouncing around ideas, especially if you're a cool person. So if you're noticing now, I am mostly just filling in the lines. And you kind of want to, with art pieces like this, you kind of want to just do each section, each color, before you finish the next. Because if you don't, you can get some really weird oddities. So, well, this is a goat. The next one we are going to be doing is... Let's see. I've already done Presto last night, just to make sure that I had everything down and ready for the stream. And now we're doing Karmic. I think the next one I want to do is Mark Sona. So, Mark is one of my co-hosts' boyfriend. I don't believe they watch the stream, but they do know of it. And I really like that she makes my friend happy. So, Mark's cool. Actually, if we reached 200 subscribers before Artie's birthday, she got Mark to agree to dress up as Rouge the Bat for the Sonic 3 premiere. So if you guys want to see that hilarity, do it. I do still plan on going up to New York for the Sonic 3 premiere, though. I feel like that would be one of the coolest things to go see one of my friends. For a movie premiere. Maybe do an actual live Mario Party experience. So far so good, right? We've gotten most of the... most of this character down and pat. By the way, when it comes to neck fur that overlaps with the face, give it a nice fine line. There's a reason I say this, and it's gonna make perfect sense. If you don't, it will blend together, and it will not look right, and you will go absolutely batty. I've actually got the fur picked out for Presto's suit, so for those wondering about any updates on Presto, that's what's going on with him. I have the fur picked out, we have the head base printed. This Saturday we're going up to a friend of mine's, and I think the next weekend, the next time we get another nice paycheck, we're going to be buying the fur for it. For Presto. Presto is the bunny rabbit in the thumbnail. He is my second Sona. He is another near and dear character to my heart, so... In fact, a lot of the character design are really close to me. I designed Foxino's persona. That is a character I care about quite a lot. And if you haven't ever seen Foxino's persona, well, just scroll on up through the, look on my price sheet on Twitter. That ref sheet there is actually his. That's the one I did. He gave me a couple of colors and kind of what he wanted, and I begrudgingly drew it on a piece of paper because I didn't want to draw it at the time. Nowadays, I enjoy drawing Foxino. It's just a matter of I have very little time to sit and do everything I want with a character. Alright. And so far, with this character, we have all of the base outline of where we want the pink to go. I am going to leave the neck for now, but we're going to do a little trick. When I click inside there, it'll give us a nice spine line, and I can actually do something like that. Come over here to our paint fill bucket. That's the only infuriating thing about something like this. You can't really do that because now it'll get rid of your lines. But what's really cool about it is once you do this, you no longer have to focus on coloring a massive swath of area. You just have to go, alright, I can just color in what needs to be done. So this section we cannot do because it would cover up the entire black section of our canvas, and we don't want that. Luckily, since it's all color, our line work obviously has to connect and overlap. So it makes doing things like this super simple. Now, I do know some people that would wait for the very end for this. Oh, and before I forget, since we do have the eyebrows still to go, you kind of want to make them thicker so they stand out. Pull that back down. And just like that, that's all you gotta do. And that's how easy it is. This is really just touch up one color at a time. It'll save you a lot of hassle in the long run. You'll go absolutely crazy if you don't, trust me. Because then you'll start missing spots, and your badge won't look quite as good. So, taking time and patching over all of these holes really is the only way that I've ever seen this done. Now you see a line that looks a little, like, too thick, like there. Just run over it again. It's alright. It won't hurt it. Now, in my commission sheet, I never, my commission price sheet, I never actually put in there. But if anybody who commissions me can request that they watch me draw, totally down for that. I actually really prefer that because I get instant feedback when I need it. So the whole working process goes a lot faster and smoother. All right. Now then. No, sneezing. Alright, now that we've locked this off, we can do the same trick as before. And that was a masking layer. I'm clicking the wrong tool. But most paint programs will have tools like this. So don't be scared to use the tools. Using your tools does not make you a worse artist or a bad artist. They merely make you smart and save time. But you gotta know how to use each tool really well. Because if you don't, you can make mistakes. And making mistakes is all part of the process, right? So don't worry about making those said mistakes, just keep going with it. Which is kind of how I've been taking this channel, you know. Might not grow as fast as I want, but at least it's steady. The steadier the growth, the better. And that goes for real life too. If you're having steady growth with your art, and you can physically see that with your eyes, then good. And if you can't, get a friend. I recently have been doing a lot of body work and whatnot. One of my friends, JD a Fungi, our friend Harry on this channel, ended up actually saying that my body weight and mass that I've been drawing has gotten a lot cleaner and a lot nicer. And I'm really thankful for that, because without like little touch-ups like that, I don't know how good of an artist I am growing to be. And I say growing to be because not going to be. Because I never know where I'm going to end up. I just know that I'm going down a path. Right? With a lot of art, it's how it seems to go most of the time. Alright. So we have the major players for the pink sections of this of Karmic Sona finished up. Let's see, how's the chat? What type of voice do you think... Oh, funny cat. rare funny cat sneeze. No idea, actually. I've never actually thought about that for your Sona. I always thought it would just be your voice. So for our next bit, we're gonna want our line to pull back up. We're gonna go to a yellow, because he's got yellow gold horns. We go to a new layer. You want to keep your colors kind of separated for this, because if not, you can end up with some really wonky looking things. And you're going to want it to intersect with your other colors. You're going to want it to overlap and intersect. If you do not have this overlapping and intersecting, it's going to look kind of weird. It doesn't have to be by very much. You go too far with it, you lose your depth. Which is not something you want. You want to keep that depth as much as possible. You lose the depth, it becomes flat, and people will see through the illusion. Alright, now with one horn done, with one horn just about done, we're going to move over to the other horn. And then go to how I'm going to do the other eyebrow, the eyes, and the little tufts of fur. Because with a black background, blacks are very hard to do, right? Not really. They don't take any more time than anything else you've just done in this entire Sona. And if you're following along with me, kudos. If you're doing your own Sona like this, love to see it. Share it in the comments. I love taking a look and reading all the comments. I do. I see the spam bots. I see them. I just don't do anything about them because I figure YouTube will get them eventually. I genuinely do not care about spam bots. But if you guys do your own art in the comments below, post a link to it. Send it to me somehow. I love looking at art. Especially the nice... I especially love seeing fan art for this stuff. If you post fan art, it does end up in videos. You just gotta... I know Artie and Sin were absolutely ecstatic when they saw the fan art they got. I got fucking giddy when I woke up and saw it. That and memes. I like seeing memes from this channel. Alright. So with the horns done, what we have now when we remove the lines is a nice depth of field. We can see that the snoot is in front of the horns, and the horns go back, and the head curves back. And that is what you want. Let's see how the chat's doing. That's good enough. I was thinking you'd sound like me too. Well, that's the only way I can imagine it going, Fox. No, it's just... that's how I see the character. So for the eyes, since we don't have very much on this layer, we can actually do the eye color, or the the whites of the eyes on this layer. Now, when it comes to this one, you're going to want to do some more detail. And kaboom. Now our little Karmicky boy has his eyes. So for his eyebrows, they're actually going to be a very dark purple. This was always the idea for the character to have dark purple eyebrows. And then we go one layer up before our pink layer, and we want to do our eyes. So Karmic's eyes are actually the same color as his horns. Yeah, I can't speak. I have a drink. I need to use it. So for eyes, you just want to draw a circle. Not even kidding. Draw a circle that takes up, I don't know, I'd say over 70% or over. Enough to leave the whites in. Another thing about Karmic is he has diamonds in his eyes. Not like a normal goat, so. Now when it comes to this right here, how are we going to do this? Well, little secret they don't tell you. Did you know that we have an erase tool? And it works just fine. There we go. And now he's already looking a little closer. And for the next layer, we're going to go on top of, we're going to go in between that. And add our pupil. Well, they're black. And then the last thing we do is I add the whites of the eyes. So when it comes to the whites of the eyes, you kind of just want it to follow what you think is best. So like for this, I want the white to go a bit higher in, so I'm going to do that. And of course, nothing's going to be perfect. Like, I want this little bit here to be smaller, so I can just go back and redo it. It's okay. It's okay, it doesn't hurt. If things don't look quite right to you, don't worry about it. You can always come back and fix it. Not a single person's going to worry about it. Alright. So far, so good. We have our pink goat. But we don't have little tufts at the bottom, and that is going to be the next thing we do. Hope everybody's been enjoying this stream so far. We're about an hour in, and we're just now finishing up our first piece of the day, which is always lovely. So for this, I like to take a gray. Of course, we'll stick with our layer with all of our yellow. And I'll just real lightly draw in this fur. And then, last but not least, we have our inner tuft to do. Oh, by the way, badges do come with names at the bottom. However, for these ones that I'm doing for personal use, I haven't chosen a font for the text, so I'm not worried about it. And I can just use a bigger brush for this last bit of coloring in. Alright, and we're going to pick a different soundtrack for the next one, so if anybody has any suggestions, please do let me know. We could play everything from Nintendo music to Sega music to even some PlayStation hits. All up to you guys. I know how much you guys like Sonic and whatnot. So, maybe we'll play some of that. And I'm talking about music choice, not the actual games themselves, because I'm not changing this up from an art stream. Today is a mental health day, because guess what? Playing video games all the time isn't always the healthiest for you, and isn't always the best for your mental state. Sometimes it's good to just do something else, and take a break, chill out, talk, relax. There's a lot going on in the world right now, and it's scary times for everybody. I've seen the political climate. I see what's going on out there. Trust me, I'm not happy about it either. Let me be perfectly clear. When it comes to my stances on things, I'll tell you guys it, but I prefer to keep them to myself. Because there's a lot of name calling out there, and I'm not either. Alright. So then what we can do to keep our lines more in line with everything else. And of course I can't get it to click. I can go back to the initial 5 pixel, go around the outside of each of these, and do lighter, pointier, basically point out each of our things. If something looks a little too smooth for fur, just sharpen it out, it's alright. Like I said, art has very few rules. You don't have to worry about what you're drawing in most cases. There are some things where I'd say, don't draw that. That's probably not the best, but that's my opinion 90% of the time. I know people are going to take this out of context. But for now, we have our goat boy. So I gotta save this real fast, because I haven't saved the entire time. I have an auto-save, but I don't have a save, so... So one of the things that I'm going to do is I'm also going to crop it for the JPEG, so... gonna start a new badge, so completely blank canvas. Let me check the chat. True? Play some bonkers music. True? I mean, I could play some bonkers music, but I think I'm good. Sam Matthews, true? What are you saying true to? The rules thing, or just curie? Just a curio. Curio kitty. We're about an hour in, so... Let me see what's been going on here. For our first bit, before I start, I actually want to post this to Twitter and let people know. And the reason I want to do this is to drum up a little bit of hype. There we go. So that's up on Twitter now, and if you guys follow the Twitter link below, you can actually take a closer look at Karmic's new badge. Oh, it was just something earlier, never mind. Oh, alrighty. You're all good. I don't think I've ever seen your stuff in the channel, so... the server, so, welcome, welcome. Unless that's Death Coon. Oh, they're mowing outside. Oh boy. Sorry about any noise. Oh, right. Music change. We are changing the music. Because if I don't change the music, I'm gonna go crazy. If you guys have any requests for game music, please let me know. For now, I'm probably going to stick to Mega Man soundtracks, because... believe it or not, I think they sound pretty good. We'll start with the Mega Man 8 end credits and work our way around. So long as it doesn't play one track, I think we're good. So, for Mark Sona, he is a tiger. So, we're going to start with the same circular head base shape as before. Now, Mark Sona always looked a bit grumbly to me. Mark's become a bit of a meme on the channel, if anybody is curious. Thanks to the lovely Artie for that, actually. It's kind of great. But Mark Sona is a tiger, and we're gonna have to work with this. So he looks a little scary, a little goofy. So I don't know whether to go with like a mean or goofy. I think something more portraying a upward smirk would kind of work, and we'll just draw his nose here. Thumb down, do his little He's got nice, sharp, fangy toothers coming down around there. So what's going to work best for my style of badges might not always work best for your style of badges, so yeah. So Mark's got a bit of a hanging, like, cleft beard here. Don't think that'll work. We'll sweep it around more. I haven't drawn Mark. Like, I drew him one time and it was very stylized as like an Among Us character. So, as far as this Sona goes, this is kind of like the first time I'm drawing him. Do I recommend doing it this way, where it's like, oh, all of a sudden badge? No, but it's the way it's gonna go sometimes. So you gotta... Sometimes you just have to know exactly what you want to do with things. And if you don't quite know, well, figure it out. It's alright. Tuft of hair. So Mark's kind of got a going around, sweeping... sweeped to one side style of hair, which I think is pretty darn cool. Doesn't ever cover anything up, not too long, but still good enough. It's also got like a pattern here. And remember, if you can't quite figure out the way you want something to look, always feel free to use a darker colored... Always feel free to use a darker color. Now we got some Mega Man 9 music. Alright. Oh, and chat, feel free to let me know what's up. Like, what you guys thinking? What you guys want to talk about? Because I've kind of run through most of what I wanted to talk about today. As far as art and tips with that goes. A lot of my work is just... A lot of my stuff is just kind of existing. I'll flip it over to Tornado Man's theme. I think that'll work a little better. Hopefully it's loud enough for you guys to hear it. Hello, Revolta! Today... Don't be punching people! Why'd you punch them? So we're just gonna come down and around. Ugh. Something flew and hit my window. I don't know what it was, but it scared the absolute shit out of me. I think it was a piece of wood or something from a car. So if you notice, I'm drawing Mark's pupils already, because Mark's pupils are more animalistic. I think I should probably be saying it's more of a resin? I don't know. Stone is cool, but I am having a hard time figuring out this name. I think it's resin. I'm sure Artie will correct me whenever she sees this. Alright. I think I'm going to lessen this quite a bit. I feel like it removes some of the definity around. Are you at ground level? Yes, I am at ground level. But we have a couple of. I'm across from a busy street, and they've got the lawn mowing company going right now. So I think it's just, yeah. Ah, I see. But yeah, I am at ground level. I just think it's went over, hit something. It's all good. I'll figure it out. So going over with the lines like this is kind of integral for a design that you don't really know, to get a feel for how it should look and how it should react to different colors. Like for one, I know it's supposed to go like that, and that's how the pattern goes. And then I've got a piercing here and a larger piercing here that I gotta take care of. Okay. So, starting here, I'm just going to come down. Right, and he's got a big one there, and a littler one there, and comes down. So you got the markings right there, and this goes down like that. Boom! And with that, I've got the head shape mostly done for mark. Or resin, or I don't know how to say it. Artie will correct me. Alright. It's more of a different triangle pattern. Alright. Last but not least, I can't forget the little dots over the eyes. Alrighty. last but not least, we got 2 little stripes. Come down like that. So this is a lot of darker colors, so I'm not so sure how a black background's gonna work, but the white fur is definitely more of a light grayish sort of color. Let me take another look at the full color ref. Okay. It's more like a cookies and cream style color. What did you come back to? Art. I don't even, I need a friend in voice chat. I would love a friend in voice chat. Tomo, would you like to join me? So I'm gonna give this a shot with that. We'll see if Tomo joins me. I'm more than happy if he does. So let's start with this cookies, trying to find this cookies and cream style color. I think this works.
Whoa.
Hello. Welcome, welcome.
Yes, welcome.
You doing good?
Yeah, just a little, really tired, sweaty, dirty.
Sorry about any noise, folks. Like I said, the lawn company's doing their business outside, so I can't really...
It's all good.
They're hired by either the city or something, and I can't do anything about it. Anytime they are loud or busy, they do their thing. I just let them do. It helps me out, so I don't really care. It's more of a help than anything. Well, I mean, they mow the yard, they blow away any of the debris, they weed eat. They do all the heavy lifting.
I don't know what we were doing today. Well, I was helping out, kind of. Chopping things down with my machete.
Nice. Well, I've been doing these lovely no-line badges for people. I'm gonna try to do at least 3 of them for today's stream. Although they do take some time, so you never know, I might only get to a couple.
I'm fine with just being 2.
Huh?
I'm fine with just being 2. You can, what do you got planned for tomorrow?
Tomorrow is Hollow Knight.
Cool beans.
And then the next day is going to be, oh shoot. The next day after that's going to be, more Among Us, so...
Among Us.
Yes,
There's no milk in Among Us.
No, but there's milk on today's stream. So...
Yet in Among Us there is murder.
Yeah.
Very scary.
Very spoopy.
Man, I need to get that damn game again.
So, I don't believe Artie has told Mark that I am drawing a Sona on stream today, so that'll be a nice little surprise. I also don't believe he actually watches these streams, so...
Well, I don't see why not.
He's just a funny kind of guy like that. I've never had to talk to him, though.
You've never talked to him?
Nope!
I'll be damned.
He does sound kind of cool though.
I bet. I bet he is.
I know he's going through a bit of a rough patch right now, so once again, not my story to tell. So
Yeah, you don't have to share it.
but for now, we're doing a nice little doodle. So Tomo, anything exciting happening?
Nope. I'm just sitting here watching the stream alone. Hot. Feeling a little sweaty.
See, you're hot, I'm cold. So
Nah.
I'm actually wearing a jacket right now because it's cold and
Like, is it cold outside?
yeah,
Or...
it
Damn, I
is.
wish I was...
It is 56 degrees right now.
Damn, I wish I was where you were.
You only partially think that.
No, seriously, I welcome winter. Open arms. Bro, I've been to Pennsylvania and it was icy cold. It was way colder than it ever gets in Texas.
Yeah.
I mean, I even saw frozen lake for the first time, bro. First time ever.
Really?
Yeah, it was I was helping a friend film like a fan film. I think it was called Freddy versus Michael Myers. It was Rex the Skunk. Rex.
Yeah.
You know him.
Yeah, I do actually. He recently complimented Presto's design.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm very, very excited. I actually get to meet up with him on Saturday at Samson's place. So
I hope that goes well.
I'm hoping so too.
You wouldn't want it to go bad.
I don't want anything to really go bad, but
I'm sure it'll go fine. I'm sure it'll go smoothly.
yeah. I'm also gonna be picking up the head base for Presto there while I'm there as well.
Oh, is it finished or unfinished?
Like it's printed, I have to pick it up and then fur it and whatnot.
You gotta floof it.
Yeah.
You got to put it the floof.
I got to put on the floof. And then once I get that all furred up and ready to go, I'll be picking up a camera so I can do some fursuit content for everybody. I'll try to play some video games in suit and whatnot.
That would be lovely.
Yeah, to watch me fail trying to look at my TV.
No.
It'll be great. It'll be fucking great, you know. You'll sit there and be like, "Man, this guy sucks." Oh, he's playing in that.
Oh, come on now.
I mean,
get yourself down, bud.
Oh, I'm not. I'm just saying. I'm sure it'll be very difficult.
Well, don't give your hopes up just yet, bud.
Yeah, you never know. By the way I plan on doing it, it might actually make the visibility a little bit too good. You never know.
Isn't that what you want?
I mean, it is, but it's always funny to watch people bonk into walls and shit. I'm not gonna lie. If I bonk into a wall and you laugh your ass off at me, do not hide that. I will honor you. You are a comedic genius. If it really hurt though, maybe tone it off.
Oh, yeah, okay. That was fake laugh, by the way.
I know. That sounded fake.
I could make it sound real though.
I think if you try it, that's all right. I think we're good. I think I am good. But no, also, another announcement on...
Do a rapid... Sorry.
On May 11th, we are doing a 24-hour stream.
Jesus Christ.
I will be playing through as many Mega Man titles as I can in 24 hours.
Oh my goodness gracious! I hope you got enough coffee, bud.
Starting at I will be starting at around. Oh, I think I'm gonna start around 12, and then it will end on 12 the next day.
Jesus.
Um, I'm gonna be calling it Mega May. It is to celebrate Mega Man's 35th anniversary.
Oh wow.
Yes, the series is 35 years old. Mega Man Zero just celebrated its 25th or 20th. The Battle Network series is also 20 years old this year, and Legends, I believe, is almost 25 now. So, yeah, I know
Hmm.
X. I know X is 30 this year. So,
Oh, jeez.
yeah. So I plan on doing a little bit of celebration that this series has lasted so long and brought in joy to so many. So I plan on torturing myself for you guys'
Um.
entertainment. Because while I love
Well, I hope you.
these games, I know that 24 hours is gonna kill me.
I hope you get a lot of rest afterwards.
Oh, I'm sure I will, but I'm gonna need
Ah,
I need co-hosts. I'm gonna need people popping in and out, checking on me. Um, my
I'll
boyfriend
be right.
agreed that it's probably not a good idea, but I'm going to do it
Yeah.
anyways.
Yeah, I don't know. Now that I think about it, gaming for 24 hours. Ugh.
I've done it before.
Be right back.
I've actually done something like this before, but not on stream, and I am kind of scared to say, uh, kind of scared to do it. Um, but I'll have Artie dealing with my Twitter affairs that day, so that way then we can just hop in, get started, um, and go from there. But for now, mental health day. We're doing some arts. We're doing the arts. So his teeth are more of a pearly white, and I don't know how well that's gonna show up. So I'm just gonna do this and hope that hope that it looks okay. Hope everybody in chat's doing well. We are also gonna be doing a Pac-Man stream later on in the month. The 27th is when the Pac-Man collection comes out, and while it lands directly on the same day that I have a convention, I do plan on I do plan on once I get back doing the Pac-Man stream and whatnot. All right. And we're gonna do some of the same tricks that we did last time.
Sorry, I'm back. I had to go put my clothes in the washer. I mean, the dryer.
Damn, you have a dryer? Fuck.
Yeah.
I actually don't have any washer or dryer. I have to go down the laundromat every time I want to do my laundry.
Ah, shit.
Yeah, it can be a bit of a pain, but I mean it's all right. Sometimes it actually worries me because
You never know who's gonna steal your clothes.
they're not gonna steal my clothes. Nobody wants my clothes.
I'll take your clothes.
You better not take my clothes.
I'm taking them right now. What are you gonna do about it?
We'll probably continue to stream.
Well, that's unfortunate for you, isn't it? I'm gonna
Yeah.
sit right here. I'm gonna eat all your damn clothes.
Well, damn.
Yes, you're gonna have nothing but undies.
Chat just goes kinky. That'd be fucking hilarious.
No, all you're gonna be wearing is toilet paper.
Can you handle that marathon, Kitty? Yes, I can handle that marathon, Fox. No, thank you for being concerned. Actually, Tomo, if you could keep an eye on chat, that would be lovely, because it's kind of hard to keep an eye on it and draw at the same time.
Oh, will do, will do. Can you handle that marathon, kid?
I think I can. I think I can handle it.
Also, when I said what the fuck did I just come back to, I was referring to Revolta's
Comment.
story. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
it's pretty brutal.
pretty brutal, right? I don't know.
Yeah,
Hey, some people are just born with violence in their heart and rage.
no love.
No, they got love. They just don't share it a lot.
Or they don't share it with the right people.
It happens. Now, is it a good thing? No, absolutely not. I prefer when people actually.
Though still, some people are born.
Some people are born what?
Heartless.
Yeah, that's what we call that's what we call the square disease.
Oh yeah, square.
You know, when you're born heartless, you get a phone call from Disney and you get asked if you want to be in the next Kingdom Hearts game. But then you get denied because you're not Hercules. Kingdom Hearts humor.
They did have some good songs though. I love them.
Have
I
you
love the songs.
have you seen the trailer for Kingdom Hearts 4 yet?
I think I did, but I don't know if there was I don't know if it was official or not, but it looked pretty.
There was
pretty
a
convincing.
there was a very realistic Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer that was released by SquareSoft a while ago.
Oh yeah, SquareSoft.
Yeah, that's their company.
They're a bunch of squares.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Honestly, you know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see them bring in like Dragon Quest a little bit.
Yeah.
Since it's like a crossover between the Square properties and the and Disney, why not bring in Dragon Quest? I know that's Enix, but I mean they're all one company, so why not? It is Square Enix after all.
Square. Oh, that just reminded me of something. I can't remember where it originated, but I want to turn it round cloud into a square-shaped cloud. Turn it into a square-shaped cloud.
What?
Does that ring any bells?
No, not.
It's a meme. I'll have to show you.
Oh shit! It's a meme. Gavin doesn't know it. Oh, that's typical. Does the boy not have any humor? What? Does the boy not have any humor, man?
Here comes the boy.
Hello, boy.
How are you?
Gay. Very gay.
Oh, I'm so gay. Super away.
To
Where's like my caramel?
Where's the what?
Sorry. Where's my caramel macchiato?
Revolta. Hey, I share my love. I know you do, Revolta, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I share my love, baby.
Maybe. Tomo only shares it if you've got cookies.
I'll share my love without cookies.
I'm not so sure.
Wow.
I'm not so sure about that. Every time I talk to you, I have to accept the cookies on my computer.
I give no cookies.
He only takes.
Yes.
So, as you can see here, things are coming together a little bit for this character. When I take away the outline, this is what we get.
Oh my god, I can't believe it. I think this is the right one. Y'all have to check it later.
I will have to check that later. Chat, is audio still good? No,
I'm
it's
waiting
not.
for a response.
No, it's not. You can't hear the music at all. I've been having I've been having the wonderful soundtrack from Sonic CD playing in the background, and you guys haven't heard it at all. Here we go. I fixed it.
I can't hear it for obvious reasons.
Because Tomo is deaf.
What?
I said. Oh dear God, I'm not doing that bit.
Foxano says audio is fine, but the music is low.
I know. When I ask if the audio is fine, that's what I'm talking about. The music.
Well, you gotta specify.
Ah,
Wah, I'm gonna bite your ears.
don't bite my ears.
I will bite them.
No. Buy them or bite them.
Fight them? Yeah, I'll fight them.
No, bite them. Oh shit. I guess I'm Van Gogh now.
Oh my god, I just realized that.
A completely broke artist with...
Now you see, if I bit your other off, you'd be double thinking. Oh my goodness gracious.
Oh man.
Oh, Victor Van Gogh, why did you cut off your ear?
Because he was depressed and sad and lonely and underappreciated as an artist in his time.
I like the theories that people come up with about his mysterious death. I just don't know. Murder mystery really piqued my attention.
But he wasn't murdered, he killed himself.
But how do we know that?
Because it's been well documented that he hanged himself?
But where's the documents?
I don't know. Somewhere?
Exactly. So how can we actually know?
Because Van Gogh, while not really particularly cared for by society at the time, nobody had the means or motive to or reason to really kill him.
Unless it was an accident.
He didn't hang out with anybody per se.
Well, not like that. I mean, I'll have to show you a BuzzFeed video.
Of course it's BuzzFeed.
I love BuzzFeed videos. They're fucking amazing. What are you talking about?
If you say so.
Hey, they have a lot of good unsolved mysteries. I like listening to them.
I recently found a video that was like trade secrets lost to mankind. It was talking about stuff that like ancient concrete and stuff that we had to like reinvent because after enough time they just didn't do them enough to actually keep. They didn't write it down or anything, so humanity just kind of forgot how to do it. So, like, modern day concrete and stuff is not the same as the ancient Romans concrete.
Hmm.
In fact, the ancient Romans concrete was stronger and better and longer lasting.
Really now.
Yeah, because it was like a weird mixture with salt water. But because all of the ports and stuff aren't really needed, weren't really needed after the Roman Empire fell, they just kind of, as people died and forgot to teach people, they just forgot how to make it. And since nobody wrote it down, it's been one of those, oh, well, we just kind of, the human race just kind of forgot.
Yeah, it's kind of sad.
It's less sad and more fascinating to me personally, because I feel as though, well, no, we shouldn't have forgotten how to make that stuff. It's interesting how we've managed to kind of recreate it.
Hmm.
Because nowadays they actually have ways to recreate this.
Oh, what the hell?
What's up?
You'll see later. You'll see.
Uh,
I'm just gonna put that there and leave it where it is.
oh. That was probably done as a collector's item or some sort.
That's a weird collector's item.
Well, when it comes to porcelain and whatnot, often like fine china, making things like that for the richer, higher class was very commonplace.
People had a weird taste in value.
They do, and they still do. I mean, let's see. People buy monkeys online for millions of dollars that they never actually own.
Hmm.
Think about that one. They buy
Oh,
something
no.
that they don't own. That makes no fucking sense.
And why do girls love little baby porcelain dolls? They're so freaking creepy, man.
I don't
So
know.
weird and
My
so lifelike. Ugh.
it breaches that uncanny valley. Some people just, they have an attachment to some strange stuff. Like me, I've got
Yes, they do.
a very strong attachment to my video game collection and to the characters I helped create and design. So, well, no, none of those are tangible physical things that I can hold 90% of the time. It's still fascinating to me personally.
Interesting. Interesting.
Like, in terms of animals and stuff, I have a fascination with skunks.
Ah.
But that doesn't...
Why would that be?
Well, alright, I'm gonna leave that there. But, still... The idea of fascinations and whatnot are intriguing to me.
Yeah. What are you fascinated in, Tommy boy? That's quite a tough question. Well, I guess I have a deep fascination for FNAF collectibles and the games and theories. Well, not so much the theories, but like all the cool animations and stuff I find on YouTube. Remakes of music, like certain songs, whether it be metal, country, rap. Eh.
Do you have a fascination with cats?
Yeah, I do. I kind of like cats. I own 3 of them actually.
Oh, no, I was talking about the movie.
No. Never seen it, never want to.
I was fucking pulling your leg. I was actually talking about real cats, but like just to hear you, the confusion in your voice was fucking great.
You asshole.
You know,
you can be a real butt sometimes.
I
You're a real booty.
I can, but you love me regardless, so.
Yes, I do. Yep. Oh, be right back.
Alright. And already, just within this alone, we have... Within just doing the stripes alone, we've went, you may have noticed a couple of smaller details about this design with the stripes and whatnot, and how sometimes with the whites it can be kind of tough to get a perfect solid line that goes where you want. But as I've said in the past, you can always go over things. You don't have to ever be stuck with one thing in particular. Going up and through that. Remember to respect the lines that you've got going and the outline of the character. Because forgetting where your lines are can be really easy to do at points. Alright, then he's got a lighter color for the snoot. Now, I debated either doing Boo, Doomsday, or Artie for our lovely co-host as well. And I think I'm gonna do Boo. Because I did one, and it's got a lot of sweeping colors. Of course, we could always do Doomsday, since she doesn't have very much art of that character. So another thing you may notice is when it comes to the stripy bits, you might have to add a new layer just to go over it properly. So do that. Don't worry about it. You can always fix stuff later. Unlike in physical art, digital art is a medium where you can just kind of go a little bit wilder. Which is why I think in recent years I've really attached myself to doing digital art more than physical art. And just because I've gotten really good at it. I used to think that I'd never be good at this, but it just took some time, right tools, learning and moving and growing as I became a better artist, and eventually I just got I'm to this point now where I can just kind of see something and do it. He's got this beautiful navy blue for this hair. We can actually turn off our outline for this section here. And he's also got it on the insides of the ears for these little tufts. But like I said, for any colors that intersect and overlap, just draw a real faint line and it works just fine. Actually, I can increase the size of this since it's a nice large area of color. It's a lot easier to just kind of now, this is not the cleanest set of layers. Like I said, I haven't really drawn Mark that much. So when it comes to drawing him, I don't have like any set idea of how I should be. Of where my lines and my curves and my hooks should go. Alright. And while we're on this layer, we can now do the shiny piercings. And I just like to add a little bit of highlighting to them. Now, Mark's got these yellow eyes. And as you can see, I really like Artie's design and art style. I tend to go for her characters first because they are just so much fun to draw. You just kind of do what looks right for the character. Alright. We'll bring back our we'll do a slightly yellowed bit for each of these teeth. And chat, if you want to pick a different song for our next and last one, feel free to. We got a little bit of time. I'm sure Tomo will be back any minute now. I feel like this song sounds kind of like a Daytona USA song. But I know it's a Sonic track, so. As you can see, though, Mark is very, very good looking cat right here. Quite like doing doodles of my friends. I think they're absolutely wonderful. Every single one of them. My friend's Sonas are some of the coolest designs I've ever seen. So, if you ever like their Sonas and whatnot, like, go bug them. And if you like my art, you can bug me. I got a Twitter and a Discord down below, and subscribing also helps. I do art streams and video games, and here soon some lore analysis. So, thank you to everybody who's been helping me on that video. I'm very nervous about doing it, and getting any little misinformation wrong on that video is going to be the most heartbreaking thing I will ever end up doing. Alright. And with that, marked badge is done. We just got to do our crop and our JPEG version. So when it comes to cropping, I just like to but our next one is going to be our last one for today. I'm going to see, let's see, we're at 2 hours now, so it takes about an hour for each of these. So if anybody would like to donate down below, please feel free to. I don't know how to spell things. Just gonna tweet that out there. We are still alive, we're still going. I am getting a bit tired though, so one final one, right? Okay. So, for our initial next badge, I think I'm going to jump... First, let's change the music. Did you guys suggest any certain soundtracks? I said I'm not going to play Bonkers music. I said I wasn't really feeling Bonkers. It's not a great soundtrack. It's not relaxing on the ears. Sorry. You know what? I'm gonna look up some... That's a bit too compressed. I'm trying to find some music just so we can play for the next, like, hour or so, or soundtrack that we can play for the next hour. I need something that lets me focus, not something that makes me want to play kazoo in the background. I want something relaxing, but not too relaxing, which is a tough fit to find. You know what? I will be playing the Knight's Journey to Dream soundtrack. This soundtrack is one of my personal favorites. If you guys have any fascination with Journey to Dreams, hit me up, because I fucking love those games. If you guys want me to do them. If you want me to do the Knights games, I will do the Knights games. I wanted to do the Knights games for Christmas, and we didn't end up doing that. I tried, and it just I couldn't get to work right, so... Alright. So, for our last character here. Trying to debate who to do. I should probably take a drink of my drink. Hope everybody's been enjoying, and if you have been, share it with a friend. If you know any artists who are looking for inspiration or ideas, send them my way. Always happy to teach people new tricks. Even if they already know it, I might show them a different way to do it. You never know. But if you're enjoying this video, subscribe, leave a like. I like doing these a hell of a lot. I think this last character... This last character, I think I'll do, Oh... I don't know who to do. Yeah, I think you know what? We have been going for a little while. I think I'm a little bit burnt out for just a sec. I think I'm gonna just showcase... I don't know really what else to teach anybody. At least not for today, about badges, at the very least. Badges work the best when they're angled. Straight-on views don't really work quite as nicely with badges. Mostly because you can already kind of see that. Helps when there's vibrancy and color. So... how about we... You know what, how about I do something a little smaller scale? Something to kind of end the video off on a nice little high note. So, for anybody who's ever watched my videos in the past, and subscribed and watched it, but sticking through this with me, as I attempt to sell my art, thank you. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for putting up with all my ranting nonsense. Because if it weren't for you guys, I wouldn't have much of an audience, and... yeah. I think that's much more, it says something really special about you guys, and my audience in general. That you guys are willing to put up with me saying my little spiels every time and whatnot. I know I haven't sold that much art lately, but I've been trying to keep my chin up, keep the positivity going. And while I've let it slip through sometimes, I'm glad people can come to streams like this and have fun. Keeps my spirits up, keeps my day going well. When I see everybody come and share these videos around, when I see these videos get more than like 30 views and like 15 likes and shit, I get so happy because I know I'm making somebody's day out there just a little bit better. So it's like a final hurrah for today's stream. I'm giving a little message to all of my audience. And for everybody to who stuck through me and whatnot. Even all of the new viewers that we've picked up along the way. To everybody who sees this, thank you for watching, for supporting, for enjoying, for just being lovely people. I know my content's not always the funnest or the best, but I'm very thankful for everybody. So, thank you. And please subscribe. That helped me out. Helps me out a ton. But that's all for today's Mental Health Day. I hope everybody has a lovely rest of their day. And if this made you smile, let me know. I do greatly enjoy when people are in a good mood. So, yeah. Good 2.5 hour stream. I think you guys enjoy it. Leave a like if you liked, dislike if you disliked, and if you want to follow me on Twitter or join the Discord, go ahead and do so. I have no sponsors, so do that. Do all the fun stuff. But that's it for me. That's it for me. Good night, everybody.